What's going on, dudes? Today we are going to be installing these NRG PRISMA seats in my Nissan 350Z. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to install the brackets. We got brackets, sliders, and the seats. We're going to be actually installing the brackets and the sliders first, and then we're going to go outside. We're going to tear the seats out of the Z, vacuum all the carpet, make it look beautiful, and then we're going to be putting these seats into the Z and getting rid of the very crummy, old, disgusting, ripped up seats that are already in there. They were leather with heated seats, but they need to change up. So I'm going to show you guys how to do all this today, and we're going to see how the Z looks with these seats, which I'm hoping will look absolutely amazing because these seats look epic. Like, look at them. They're amazing. All right, let's get started. All right, so here are the actual seats. As you guys can see, NRG PRISMA, and here is the bracket and the sliders. So the chrome piece is actually the bracket that goes to your floor, and then it will go to the sliders, and then the sliders will go to the seat. Now, I released a video on these seats doing a review, test fitting them and everything. If you guys want to check that video out, go ahead, check that out. But we're going to be testing them out in the Z and seeing how they feel. Now, I set these sliders and brackets up exactly how they should fit in the car, if I'm correct, because I went on YouTube and there's a lot of like misinformative videos that I think were teaching us wrong, and that's why I'm making this video, because honestly I think this is how you set it up, and if I set it up wrong, then obviously I'm not going to release this video, or I'll be editing it and showing you guys how to do it properly. But I'm pretty sure this little cable here is supposed to aim towards the front, so then when you pull this bar up, that means the seat and this, like the seat, this piece and everything will pull forward on the rail, and the rail is actually mounted to the bracket and the bracket's mounted to the floor, obviously. So I'm pretty sure I have it set up perfectly how it is. Now I'm going to actually mount the rail to the seat, the bottom of the seat first, and then once I get the rail in, I'm gonna put the bracket on after. We're gonna try it doing that way. I'll try doing the passenger side first, and I'll put it up on the desk, do it all like that. And if it's more painful doing it that way, maybe we'll try it the other way around and maybe mount the bracket to the actual slider first, then to the seat. I don't know, we'll try it out, see how it works, but that's how I'm gonna do it first. So I'm gonna get one seat up on the desk, and then after that we'll work on one seat at a time, and we'll see which way is easiest, and we'll check if we set it up properly, because I'm sure once we put that rail on, we'll figure it out. All right, enough talking, let's get into it. All right, so we got the seat set up upside down here. So we're just gonna check out the slider layout now real quick again. Now, just a reminder, this side of the slider with the cable right here is going to go upside down like this against the seat like that. So you see how it's like a flat side like this? This side is going to be mounting to this side of the seat here. And this side here, the actual rail side, you're actually going to mount that to the floor. Well, to your bracket, of course. So we're going to set it up exactly like this right here. And of course, like, we're going to have to actually move the rail to get actually the bolts in behind. So basically, you guys might be doing this on a 350Z, you guys might be doing this on anything, but it doesn't matter. You guys are just gonna have to figure out a nice holing, like a hole slot for it, and then mount obviously one bolt here, one bolt here, one bolt here, one bolt here, and put it like that. And then some people actually, for this bar, some people actually bend it in. I think we're gonna try that, because some people set it up already like that, but some people bend it in real quick. Let's just try it out. All right, and just like that, we have our brackets installed. Just kidding, it was not that easy. So I actually had my camera die. It didn't die, it ran out of memory while I was recording, or else I would have showed the whole time lapse and I was gonna cut in and out and say like some tips. But because I can't do that, I'm just gonna give you guys those tips. So how I have the bracket set up with the cable facing this way is perfect. Make sure your cable, when you push upwards, like obviously the seat is upside down right now, well, on its face, make sure when you push this, it actually loosens the cables, and now it can slide. Now when you push this, the brackets will slide, and the seat is actually attached with this bar. If you have it the other way around, your seat will move and your bar will stay still, and it just won't make sense. So exactly how we had it set up was perfect. I have the cables down here, and make sure it's like that, and the rail is attached to the actual mounting bracket. I'm sorry I actually couldn't actually show you guys it, but as you guys can see here, it's pretty simple. The actual rail is facing downwards, and then the flat piece is upwards into the seat, exactly how we talked about. Now, I did put a garbage bag over my seat. I really recommend this because your fingers might get a little greasy off these rails. They're packed with lubricant. I just recommend you definitely put a garbage bag over the seat, because I think I stained mine a little bit, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. And yeah, so it works perfect. You push this and then you grab the bracket and it should move back and forth. Now, another tip is make sure you actually just set everything up, and when you're installing the rails, make sure they're straight, 100% straight, and then do the other side really straight. Make sure they're like that, all right? Don't make them too tight or anything right off the start. Make sure you kind of like just line them up first, you know, hand tighten them, hand tighten them, hand tighten them, and then tighten them down in kind of like a pattern, and just like, you know what I mean? Don't wrench one bolt right down and like wrench it right down, because it's not gonna like work very good, right? You wanna make sure you evenly tighten them, and then make sure you hand tighten them very well. I made sure mine are very snug. I'm not gonna get a torque wrench out and get all to spec, but I made sure they're snug. So this is how they look. They look great. So I'm gonna go and do the driver's side now. I did the passenger side first, as we can tell, because the seatbelt bracket's on this side, on the left side of the seat, so it's definitely the passenger side. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the driver's side, do the same thing, show you guys it when they're done. If you guys have any questions, just drop them down below and I can answer them, but it's pretty simple and straightforward once you get into it. All right, we got the driver's seat all mounted up here, as you guys can tell, and then we got the passenger seat, of course. So we're gonna go outside, and we actually have to mount the seatbelt bracket to this side right here, if you can see around that corner. Basically, a bracket from the seatbelt has to mount there so you can clip in. So we have to take the old seats out. So we're gonna go outside, take those old seats out of the car, put the seatbelt bracket on, and then we'll be good to put these in. All right, let's get started. All right, so we're out here in the car, and this part's pretty self-explanatory. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts to hold the seat to the actual floor. I'm gonna be taking out all 4 bolts. They're 14 mil. One has a cap on it here. The other one, I don't know if you guys could see in there, it's a little dark, but right there, that one didn't actually have a cap on it, but they have a little plastic cap on it. Just pop it off with a key or a coin, whatever. And then we'll show taking out this piece and mounting it to the new seat. All right, seats are out. Now I have to vacuum, and then the only issue we ran into here is there's not a bolt that comes with the seat brackets, and you need to take this clip for the seatbelt off. We got it off, but there's no bolt here with the NRG seat bracket, so I have to find a bolt that'll thread in. So we're gonna have to find one of those, and yeah, other than that, it's pretty simple. We're gonna put the seatbelt bracket onto the actual seat, and we'll be good to go. And then we can throw the seats in the Z. And it was really, really dirty in there, as you can see on that side. I vacuumed this side a little bit. All right, so I ended up getting a bolt for the seatbelt bracket, as we can see here. Here's the seatbelt. It's kind of dark in here, but here's the seatbelt right here attached to the actual seat, the mounting bracket. As you guys can see, it's gonna be a pretty awkward fitment here, because it kind of like, it's like right back here off the side. So I don't know how well this is going to work with seatbelts. Might have to get a harness bar for the future, obviously, but we're going to test fit it in the car, and I'll give you an update when I get in the car with this, because this looks like it's going to be a pain, but we'll see. Okay, so we got the seat in. It lined up perfect to the holes. The bracket is absolutely perfect. The only thing is like I said before, it's going to be a little bit awkward feeding through the actual seatbelt through there and kind of up and down, but we kind of bent it over to the left side. As you guys like looking at it like this, we bent it over to the left, so it should be good enough. The only next thing we have to really do, that's a part of this install, is the seatbelt here. You got to undo it down here, and you got to run the seatbelt obviously into the seat right here through there, that way, so it protects you obviously and holds you in where you want to be sitting. And yeah, and that's basically it. It's pretty self-explanatory. 4 bolts go back in, you know, you run the seatbelt over there, and then the seatbelt like harness clip in things over there, and it works perfect. So I'm gonna get this in, and then I'll show you guys once we get the passenger seat and the driver's seat in, because it's gonna look really cool, because already it looks sick. All right, let's go. All right, so I got the seats in the car, but I'm just gonna say this driver's side feels absolutely perfect. Looks great, feels great, but passenger side feels wonky. I'm gonna show you guys. It just seems like it's kind of on a bit of a curve, and it's like a little angled too much. And also one thing, I don't know if you can tell in video, but the driver's side sits way lower than the actual passenger side, which looks really weird. We're thinking maybe, this is my idea, maybe, I probably won't do it today, but maybe what I'm gonna do is take the rails out of the passenger seat and set it so it's a fixed seat and just move it back, because I don't know why, it sits really close to the roof, and it's really, really close to this console here, as you can see. And how do you get your seatbelt on? It's really bad. Like really, it's just in a really awkward spot. Since I didn't order a K-bar or a harness, it's gonna be a little awkward for the next month until I get it. But it is still semi-safe, and it will hold you in your seat. So that's all I'm worried about. Make sure it's actually safe and it works good. Now I didn't run this through here. I don't think you're supposed to, but I ran it through here, down here, took off that bolt down there, ran it through there, looks good. I sat in it, it felt better that way. And yeah, but honestly, if you're gonna do this setup, I honestly recommend order the K-bar, order the harness, because it's really awkward to get the seatbelt on and off, because it's so tight, right? Like look at this, like it's really tight. I'm gonna move that forward a bit. I'm gonna take the seat out probably, move that forward a little bit, because it's really awkwardly rammed back there. So that is a couple things I gotta do, but I'm not gonna do that today. These seats look sick in the Z. We're definitely gonna get the K-bar back there and the harness, and it'll look really good. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash sub, smash like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, dudes.